Listen to this before your next winter trip, because if it happened to him, it could happen to anyone. In December, a man named Eric vanished in Yakutia. No tracks, no signals, no goodbye. Just gone. And what they found later, it didn't make sense. Eric was a 32-year-old geologist, hired by a mining firm to survey a remote sector of permafrost. He'd been to Siberia before. Nothing scared him. He had satellite gear, rations, backup fuel. He even laughed when locals warned him not to go alone. They told him about an old radio tower deep in the forest, abandoned since the 80s. Strange signals, vanishing animals, unmarked graves found nearby, all brushed off as folklore. Eric wanted facts, not ghost stories. He left in a snowcat at dawn. 3 days passed, then 4. His radio went silent. No GPS ping. The mining team sent a drone. Nothing. No heat signatures, no movement, just snow. They deployed a rescue group. What they found at his camp was off. His gear was untouched. Snowmobile, fully fueled. Food, sealed. But his tent was ripped open from the inside. The snow around it was undisturbed. No prints, no drag marks, like he'd vanished mid-step. The team followed a strange noise deeper in. About 200 meters from camp, they found something half buried in snow. A frozen parka sleeve sticking out. They dug fast, but stopped just as quickly. The sleeve had an arm inside it, but not Eric's. It was older, mummified, as if it had been there decades. Suddenly, the drone's feed cut out. Static, then a high-pitched signal, piercing, unnatural. The men panicked. One screamed that someone was watching from the trees, but the thermal cameras picked up nothing. Just cold, just silence. They called off the search that night. The cold wasn't what scared them, it was the silence. One rescuer claimed he saw footprints around the tent. Bare feet, human, but when they looked in daylight, there was nothing. No prints, just smooth, undisturbed snow. The team returned to base, but one man, Levkin, refused to leave. He said Eric might still be alive, disoriented. He stayed in a heated rover with supplies and a satellite phone. By morning, no response. They found the rover door open, frost creeping in. Inside, Levkin's boots were sitting by the bed. He wasn't wearing any. The bed was untouched, like he never even tried to sleep. The door hadn't been forced. No signs of struggle. The snow outside was untouched again, like the night erased everything. They pulled the plug, hauled back every man, every drone, every camera. No one wanted to talk. Some said it was a storm. Others, frostbite madness. But the medic wrote in his log, "None of this is cold-related. This is psychological, or something worse." A week later, Eric's mother got a voicemail. It came from his satellite phone, just static at first. Then a whisper, "It's inside the tower." The call lasted 6 seconds. The signal bounced from an abandoned relay 80 kilometers from the camp. They traced the signal to a ruined communications tower surrounded by dense forest. Government maps had marked the area off-limits since 1993. No one could explain why. No one wanted to go there. So the company hired a private team, Mercs. They arrived at the tower at night. Snowstorm already rolling in. As they approached, every compass spun in circles. Radios jammed. Then someone screamed through the headset, "We found something in the snow. It's watching us." Then nothing. Just static. The team was gone by morning. Not dead, just gone. No wreckage, no blood. Only thing left was a photo, half frozen in the snow. It showed the tower behind them, and something standing in the upper window. No face, just the outline of a figure. The tower was sealed by military soon after. Locals say a convoy arrived at night. No insignia, no plates. Men in hazmat suits. Some say they brought out body bags. Others swear they heard screaming from inside the trucks before they left. A journalist named Mikhail tried digging into it. He spoke to villagers, ex-military, former miners. Most refused to talk. One old man finally caved and said, "That tower broadcasts what the Earth doesn't want us to hear. It answers when no one else does." Mikhail went to the site on foot, filming everything. His last entry was uploaded by a friend. "It's dark, shaky." He whispers, "I hear something upstairs. Not footsteps, clicks, like something tapping on the railings. It hasn't stopped for hours." He pans to the stairs. Snow is falling through the broken ceiling. Then, his flashlight hits something. Not a body, not an animal, just a jacket. Eric's jacket, propped up on the railing like someone was still wearing it. but it was empty. The frame shakes. Heavy breathing. Then, nothing. No scream. No fall. Just the camera tilting sideways as if he let go. The audio keeps rolling for 3 more minutes. Wind. Then, one soft knock. Like someone tapping on glass. Then another. Closer. The last sound was a voice, barely audible. You looked. Now it knows you. His friend shut down the channel hours later. Deleted everything. But the video still shows up, randomly, on forums, phones, dark web feeds. No source. No upload trace. Months passed. People forgot. Until a backpacker from Canada went missing near the same sector. No guide, just a GoPro and satellite beacon. His signal stopped 12 kilometers from the tower. Rescuers only found his gloves, perfectly folded, on a tree branch. Then another hiker disappeared. Then 2 hunters. No bodies. Just small, eerie leftovers. A boot with no tracks around it. A tent with zippers melted shut. A Polaroid nailed to a pine tree showing the victim's face, blurred and stretched unnaturally. Locals started whispering again. They called it the cold signal. Said it calls people to the tower. Said it waits for listeners. Someone posted a clip online, a recording from a walkie near the zone. Static, then a voice in broken Russian. I'm not me. The video blew up. Reddit, TikTok, paranormal YouTubers. Everyone thought it was a hoax, until a tech expert analyzed the audio pattern. The signal wasn't just noise, it pulsed like a code. Not binary, something else, almost like it was alive. A linguist from Irkutsk claimed the pattern matched ancient phonetic structures. Not Russian, not human. She vanished 2 days after tweeting that. Her last post just said, "It's not a place, it's a frequency." Her account was wiped within hours. Now even Google Maps won't show the tower. It's blurred, like it was never there. But people still hear it. Deep in radio static. Midnight phone glitches. Some say if you tune just right in the snow, it speaks your name in your own voice. Nobody knows what Eric found, or what found him. But if you're ever in Yakutia, and you hear tapping outside your tent, don't check. Don't answer. And whatever you do, don't listen. Because once you hear it, it never lets go. A Redditor claimed he cracked part of the audio. Said it wasn't just sound, it was coordinates. He posted them. Middle of nowhere, frozen valley. Within 48 hours, his account was banned. No reason. But screenshots spread. A few explorers went to check. Only one came back. A woman named Kira. She live-streamed part of it, just wind and her breath. But then she froze, eyes wide. Whispered, "Something's wrong. It's too quiet. Even the snow isn't falling right." Then her feed glitched into total black. She resurfaced days later in a hospital, frostbitten and mute. Wouldn't speak, wouldn't eat. Just kept drawing the same shape. A narrow tower surrounded by circles, like radio waves. When shown pictures of old Soviet towers, she only reacted to one. That same tower Eric vanished near. When asked what happened, she wrote, "It opened." That's all. No one knew what she meant. Her family moved her out of the country. Her case never made the news. But locals swear they see her wandering the woods. Her eyes black, skin pale, walking barefoot through snow. One hunter said she whispered to him in perfect English, "Don't bring radios here." He didn't own one. That night, his phone started ringing at exactly 3:03 a.m. for 10 nights straight. No caller. Every voicemail was just cold static. Then, on the last night, it was a child's voice. Soft. "We're cold. Let us in." He smashed the phone, burned it, moved out of Yakutia. But even years later, his dog still growls at empty corners in the snow. Some think the cold signal's not a ghost story. They think it's a test. A transmission not meant for us, but we tuned in anyway. And now it's trying to answer back. Through towers, static, people. Maybe it's been doing that all along. One of the last people to document it was a Russian radio operator named Alexei. He set up camp 10 miles from the tower, claiming he could isolate the signal. His final log said, "It's not random. It mimics voices now. It knows mine. It called me by name." His last recording went viral, briefly. You hear wind, then a whisper, repeating, "Stay." Not pleading, commanding, then silence. Then Alexei's voice, but deeper, distorted. "It's warm here. Come see." But he was never found. Only his mic, still recording. The mic picked up something strange, heavy steps circling the tent for hours. But no breathing. Just wait. Crunching snow. And at one point it laughed. Not human. Not animal. Like a broken tape playing back a memory that didn't belong. His tent was found shredded from the outside. Gear untouched. GPS off. No blood. But near the fire pit, there were boot prints leading into the forest. Not away from something. Toward it. Like he followed a voice only he could hear. Locals said this wasn't new. Said even during Soviet times, soldiers stationed near that area refused night patrols. Radios would pick up lullabies in foreign tongues. One man tore out his own earpiece, screaming, "They're under the snow," listening. An old Soviet memo leaked in the 90s mentioned Project 103Z. Goal: test long-range psychological influence through frequency. Location: redacted. But hand-scribbled at the bottom was one word left uncensored: Yakutsk. It might not be ghosts, not aliens, not spirits. Maybe it's just a signal we were never meant to hear. One buried for a reason. One that can't be turned off. And now, every time we tune in, even by accident, we bring it a little closer. There's a thread that still pops up on 4chan. It's a photo, grainy, black and white. A figure in a thick coat standing outside the Yakutsk tower. No face, just two glowing dots where eyes should be. The file name? Eric_final.jpg. No one knows who posted it. Some say it's AI. Others say metadata shows the photo was taken in 1982, before Eric was even born. But the jacket, it's his. Same patch, same tear on the left arm. Zoom in, and you can barely make out the radio mic in his hand. And it's on. That's when new reports started. Hikers hearing voices that sound like themselves. Same tone, same inflections, calling them from the trees. One man said he heard his dead wife say his name, over and over, but she'd been buried 5 years. He followed the voice into the woods. Search teams found his flashlight 30 feet up a tree, still on. His boots were 10 miles away, standing side by side in the snow. Not tossed, placed. Like whoever, or whatever, took him, wanted to leave a message. Military blocked the area again. Set up drones, EM jammers, even satellite blackouts. But people still hear it. On baby monitors, ham radios, broken TVs. A low pulse behind the static. Faint at first, then clear. Return to signal. Return to signal. One TikTok user claimed to have heard that same voice while flying over Siberia. She got up to use the bathroom mid-flight. Never came back. Flight logs show no door opened. Security footage erased. But her phone was later found in Yakutsk snow. The camera roll had one photo. Black sky. Snowflakes frozen midair. And the tower, just barely visible in the fog. Lights on in the top window. Someone was standing there, looking down, watching, waiting. People online joke about it now, call it Siberia's cursed Wi-Fi. But those who've been near the zone, they don't laugh. They don't talk. A few wear noise-canceling headphones at all times. One guy duct-taped his ears shut. Said the signal got inside. A Reddit post appeared last month. No user. No title. Just, it's broadcasting again. Attached was an MP3 file. Low hum, soft static, then a whisper. Slowed down and reversed, it translated to, "You heard. That's enough." Then the file corrupted. Shortly after, 2 podcast hosts who covered the Yakutia signal went missing mid-episode. The recording cuts off after one says, "Wait, do you hear that?" Then silence. The final frame shows both of them staring at something just off camera. Frozen. Some believe it's not a place, but a threshold, a point in the world where something on the other side listens back. Not evil, not kind, just aware. And when we listen, when we seek it out, we show it the way through. Like opening a locked door. Now strange reports pop up far from Siberia, Canada, Alaska, even Norway. Always the same symptoms. Distorted voice recordings, mirrored reflections that blink wrong. People freezing mid-step like they're buffering. The signal spreading. One thing's always the same. A phrase whispered before everything changes. You listened. No context. Just those 2 words. Every victim heard them. Doesn't matter where. Doesn't matter when. Once you've heard it, it never stops. So if you find a recording online and it feels wrong, don't play it. Don't try to decode it. Don't turn up the volume. Because the Yakutia signal isn't lost. It's waiting. And now, maybe it's already heard you. Did this story get under your skin? Let me know in the comments. What creeped you out the most? And tell me what story you want to hear next. Real encounter? Urban legend? Secret government file? Drop it below. You might just hear your suggestion in the next one. If you dare.